So I'm filming some more content for you guys. I've been mapping out some areas. I went back to the hotel each time, mapped out certain areas, and I just randomly went to them. So I do apologize for some of the incorrect areas that I've worded. So apparently I'm not in LA. I'm in Anaheim, so that's Orange County. I've been picking some areas that have been hyper dense, if you will, lots of densification. I went by Disney earlier to drop off a buddy at a hotel there at a Hilton. So Disney was hyper dense too. So you guys would have seen more or less the same results. I was getting 7, 8, 900 a gig, and in some cases even more. So in this case, once again, I went back. I mapped out another area. So currently, I'm in a different area, new testing spot. I believe I'm at the intersection of Beach Boulevard and Catella Avenue, if that's what it's called. I'm at for those of you who are familiar, I'm at the Food for Less, Metro by T-Mobile, McDonald's. I'm in this area. I just picked a random area to park. And so yeah, as you can see in this one, I didn't know, but this is probably the weakest RSRP area that I have found or been to. So this is between 1 to 2 bars for T-Mobile. So let's see how this performs on the spot. I would have to assume uplink is relatively weak since it is a lower RSRP signal. So as you can see, speeds are not as fast as what you guys have seen in the previous videos, but still good enough. And of course, this is usable speeds for any of you, for whatever task you're doing on your cell phone. So, okay, uplink is still fairly relatively competitive, I would say. Ping time, 19 milliseconds, loaded, loaded, 526 down, 298 up, jitters 8, and then the download is 203, and the upload is at 25.8. For this to be such a low RSRP area, I would still say this is pretty solid performance. So this one we're actually cracking, we were just above 300. We finished at 290. So as you can see, it just dropped to 1 bar. So this is a lower RSRP area. It still performs great, but T-Mobile might have to add a site somewhere in this area. Maybe a small cell. Wow. I'm actually quite impressed that 1 bar can pull in that kind of downlink. And the fact that it can still do almost 30 on the uplink is impressive too. It's quite impressive. So ping times look good. Jitter is at 4, ping 19, as you can see. So performing relatively well compared to the RSRP levels that we're seeing, the bouncing between 1 to 2 bars. That usually means that, hey, this is a weaker performing area for most carriers, right? But in this case, I'm quite surprised that they're still getting 30 on the uplink and they're still getting the downlink in this area. So, and maybe I haven't seen the cell site, but maybe I'm in a like a really good line of sight, even though I'm at a lower RSRP. I might just be still in a good line of sight and not in a null. So that's interesting. It improved over the cycle of the testing. That's weird. I started off like 150 and then it just kept going up and up and up and up. So I'll summarize in another video, but for those of you who stick around, I've been relatively impressed with T-Mobile over the weekend. Again, LA, when I was in, I assuming that's LA. I was at LAX. I was by the crypto arena. I went by the Hollywood stars. I tested T-Mobile there, hoping that's LA. I'm not familiar, but hoping it is. And T-Mobile was great there. They had a great, solid network, at least to the areas that I went. Over gig, inside the airport, 500, 600, 700. So overall, a great performing network for the average consumer, especially for someone that's going to get a very cheap line with Metro by T-Mobile, the store that I'm at. And actually noticing something interesting. So it looks like, unless that's an actual ATM, it looks like you can pay your Metro bill and you don't even have to go into the store. That's interesting. I might have to take a picture of that and send that to somebody and see if they're tracking that. So that's interesting. But the performance is great. I've seen N41 small cells. I've seen millimeter wave small cells. I have seen it all over the weekend for T-Mobile. Stuff that I don't see in my market. I don't have this wide of bandwidth available. I don't have the N40, or as many N41 small cells, I should say, as I've seen over the weekend. I have some now in strand mounts, and I definitely don't have millimeter wave in El Paso. So definitely surprised what I saw this weekend. Again, I'm not going to clarify that T-Mobile is the best performing network in LA. I would still say, equipment-wise, what I saw, that will probably still go to Verizon. When I was at Disney, millimeter wave all over. They just slammed that area with millimeter wave nodes. Again, the odd man out is AT&T. Didn't see much from them. And the sites that I did see, even in Anaheim, a lot of them have C-band only. Very, very rare to see them put C-band and DoD up in this area. Very confusing on the network front when it comes to AT&T, and I'll talk about that in a separate video over the week. But man, just I feel like not a waste, but they got work to do. Let's just put it that way. They got a lot of work to do, and Verizon is putting their heads down, and they're aggressively attacking the market. LA is a big market for them. Should be a big market for anyone, really, no matter the share, because there's so many people here. The population's so high. So you really got to be on your P's and Q's. You just got to be. If you're not, you're going to get left behind in this market. You're really just going to get left behind. If you don't push, if you don't invest, no matter what your capital expenditure is or your capital allocation, if you don't invest in the Anaheim, LA, Orange County, whatever you want to call it, whatever area, right? If you don't invest, you are going to fall behind as a carrier network and risk losing customers. So just wanted to share that with you. I'll probably do some more. I'll do some, I'll make some content tomorrow as well with at the airport at LAX, so you guys can see that. I'll try to take some video footage of the access points, the DAS access points. They got them about 50 feet, every 50 feet on each level, no matter if you're going up and down, what terminal they have them there. So they've done a lot of investing in this market, period. So let me know your thoughts. Again, great performing network here in this area for the low RSRP. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.